Welcome to Squarebox Games. I'm Ryan, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Spider/Penny Parker Hero Pack for Marvel Champions. Let's get to it. So a quick sort of hero history here with Penny Parker. She was introduced in the Spider-Verse crossover event back in 2014, 2015, and basically she is asked to be the pilot of the spider suit after Uncle Ben and Aunt May come to her and tell her that her father was the previous pilot and he unfortunately has died. So there's sort of three components to Spider as a whole. There's the mech suit, then there's the pilot, and then there is this radioactive cognizant spider that interacts with the pilot and the suit. So Penny agrees to be the pilot, and the spider actually bites her and forms this telekinetic bond. And basically that allows her to operate the suit, but also have the agility and speed reaction of the spider as well, so that she can sort of be this sort of symbiotic crime fighting machine. So now that we know a little bit more about the character, let's open up the pack and see what we find inside. Okay guys, so we're going to take a look at Penny Parker in her hero deck here. You can see first off she gets a cool art poster here with a spider kind of leaping forward. So her hero cards and alter ego are actually split into two separate cards here. So again, going on theme, we've got Penny and then we've got the spider suit here. So I'm going to go ahead and read off what Penny's does, because here's the thing, her alter ego form and her hero form aren't active at the same time. Just, you know, like you would have, another hero where you would flip to hero or alter ego. So we're going to go ahead and start with Penny Parker here, and we're going to read that she has a recovery of 4. She has a psychogenetic compatibility setup. Put the spider suit into play, inactive side face up. Maintenance, alter ego action, exhaust spider suit, draw 2 cards. So when we flip over here to the hero form, we see that Penny Parker goes into interface pilot mode. And it says permanent, this card's printed text box cannot be treated as if it were blank. Suit up, forced interrupt. When you would flip to this side, flip spider suit to its active side, attach this card to spider suit, moving all counters from this card or cards attached to this card to spider suit. So again, you can see that we flip over here to her pilot mode, we flip to hero form for the spider suit, and then we're ready to go. So we'll take a look at the spider suit here. We've got 2, 2, and 2. Hero card, Web Warrior, Sync Ratio, Resource, exhaust an interface upgrade you control, generate that upgrade's resource. So that will come into play later for sure. And then here on the inactive side, we've got return to base that says, this can't be treated as if it were blank. Return to base, forced to interrupt. When you flip to this side, flip spider to Penny Parker, detach Penny Parker from here, moving all counters on her and cards attached to her to this card. So basically, again, when you go from Penny to spider suit, you got to move all the stuff over here, and then she is ready to rock and roll. So we're going to put these up here, and now we'll jump into the rest of the cards in the deck. So first up for Penny's hero cards here is the Venom Ally. We've got 1 and 1 with a stipulation. It says Venom gets +1 and +1 attack for each sim counter on her. Hero response, after Venom enters play, place 1 sim counter on her for each resource generated by Spider Suit's Sync Ratio ability to pay for her. So again, this sync ratio here with the interface cards will come into play, but if you were to do that, again, you can stack up her Venom's ability for attack and a thwart. Next, we've got All Systems Go. We've got 3 of these cards. Hero action, choose ready an interface card you control, search your deck for and discard pile for an interface card, add it to your hand. So we've got 3 of these for a cost of 1. We got 2 rapid deployment cards here for a cost of 2. Hero action, remove 3 threat from a scheme. If you paid for this using resources generated by sync ratio, remove 3 threat from a scheme. So again, that sync ratio coming into play to help. Web trap, cost of 2. Hero action, deal 5 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this using sync ratio, stun that enemy. Again, nice benefits here. Next we've got Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Exhaust Aunt May and Uncle Ben and discard the top 2 cards of your deck. 3 instead if you were in alter ego form. Add each spider card discarded this way to your hand. Ejection Protocol for 0. So, hero action, discard Ejection Protocol, exhaust each interface card you control. Set your hit point dial to 6, give your identity a tough status card, and flip to alter ego form. So, sort of a bailout protection move, which does track with her chosen aspect. Spider Command. So, cost of 1, hero action, exhaust Spider Command and draw an interface, and an interface upgrade, draw 1 card. Hero action, exhaust Spider Command, choose and discard 1 card from your hand, ready an interface upgrade. So we've got this Host Spider for 3, exhaust Host Spider, ready the Spider Suit. Not bad. We've got Psychic Link for 2, Hero Interrupt. When Spider Suit would make a basic thwart, exhaust Psychic Link. It gets +2 thwart for that thwart. Speed Metal Alloy upgrade for 1. When Spider Suit defends, exhaust Speed Metal Alloy, get +2 for that defense. So again, you can see these interface cards that go with the Spider Suit. Some of them are tech, this one's a spider. I think we've got one more and I'll jump into actually what they're about. Hero Interrupt, Web Fluid Compressor, cost of 2, upgrade. When Spider Suit makes a basic attack, exhaust it and get +2 for that attack. So you can see here we've got these interface cards. We've got the spider and then the 3 tech cards. You know, these 3 tech cards add a thwart, defense, or attack depending on what you may need, and then the spider card just allows you to ready the suit. So you know, you can use these in conjunction with, you know, your attacks and your defense. You can also utilize them, you know, as you're generating the sync ratio to generate a necessary resource. You know, you've got a wild, a mental, a physical, and an energy resource all here, so you can easily pick one and just use one for whatever you might need and sort of bank it there. And then, of course, as you use those, you know, you get different bonuses with her other hero cards, and it can be, you know, a good way to stack some abilities. So moving on to her chosen aspect here, we've got Daredevil as an ally. He's got a thwart of 2, an attack of 1, health of 3. After Daredevil defends against an attack, move 1 damage from him to the attacking enemy. So you can see he's got the 3 health, but you would be able to move stuff off of him as he's laying down defense for you. We've got Spider-Man Noir, cost of 3, and then he's got an X and an X here for his attack and thwart, and it says X is equal to the number of face-down cards attached to Spider-Man Noir. After you resolve a treachery card, if you control another Web Warrior card, attach that treachery face down here, maximum of 3. So after you're experiencing bad things, you know, you can add it to Spider-Man Noir here, and he actually gets stronger as time goes on. Cool thematic addition there. Next, we got 3 repurpose cards, cost of 0. It says attach or discard a tech upgrade you control, ready your hero, and choose thwart, attack, or defense. Until the end of the phase or round, your hero gets +X to the chosen power, where X is equal to that upgrade's printed cost. Sort of helpful there in time of emergency where you may need just a little more oomph to be able to execute something. Next, we got Thwip here. Hero action, deal 1 damage to a Web Warrior character you control. Place a total of 2 stun status cards on 2 enemies. So webbing some folks up there with the Thwip cards. We've got 3 of the energy barrier cards here. Uses 3 reflection counters. Interrupt. When you would take any amount of damage, remove 1 reflection counter from here, prevent 1 of that damage, and deal that 1 damage to an enemy, reflecting an attack. Then we have Force Field Generator. Says uses 6 energy counters, max 1 per player. When you would take any amount of damage, remove that many damage counters from here. For each energy counter removed this way, prevent 1 of that damage. So just a cool shield for you there. Then we've got Spider Tingle. I like the art on this card here. You've got, you know, maybe the lizard and Spider-Man's spider sense is freaking out. You got some like sort of action lines behind it. I like that art. That's cool. So Spider Tingle here, cost of 1, it's an upgrade. When you would reveal an encounter card, deal 1 damage to a web warrior character you control. If that card is a treachery, cancel its when revealed effects and discard Spider Tingle. So sort of using your spider sense there to avoid some danger. Like it. So we'll jump into her basic cards here now. We get Spider Ham here, Peter Porker. We've got a thwart of 2, attack of 2, cost of 3. He is a web warrior. Play only if you control a web warrior card. Forced response. After Spider Ham attacks or thwarts, discard the top card of the encounter deck. For each boost icon discarded this way, deal 1 damage to Spider Ham. Okay. Next we get Spider-Man Otto Octavius. All right, so Superior Spider-Man. We've got 1 thwart, 2 attack. We receive 2 hit counters though when he attacks. Play only if you control a web warrior card. After you play Spider-Man from your hand, ready an upgrade you control. If that upgrade has the tech trait, draw a card. All right, so we've got 3 of these limitless stamina cards here. Play only if your identity has at least 14 printed hit points. Ready your hero. So we would be able to use that here with Peter or Penny Parker, but maybe not actually just the spider suit, but we might not be able to use it with some other people. You gotta have at least 14 hit points printed on your card. Next we have Unshakable. Condition superpower. Play only if your identity has at least 14 printed hit points. Your identity gains steady, and of course steady requires 2 status cards of the same type to become stunned or confused. Next we get into her obligation here, Inherited Burden. Give to Penny Parker. You must flip to alter ego form. Choose, exhaust Penny Parker, remove this from the game. Choose and discard 1 interface upgrade you control, discard the obligation. Now we're going to move to her Nemesis, or Nemesis as is actually said, and not like a 5-year-old boy. Morbius. Now I don't remember if Morbius is some sort of weird creation or if he's just like a creature that sort of comes up from the depths. I cannot remember. It's been a while since I've read any of this content, but he has a scheme of 2 and attack of 2, so not awful, but he has a health of 6. So forced response, after the engaged hero generates any number of resources, deal an equal amount of damage to that hero. So you can see it directly plays against Penny's ability here with using her interface upgrades to generate resources with that sync ratio. Then we get into the side scheme that comes with Morbius, giant monster attack. As an additional cost to thwart this scheme, you must spend a energy resource. So to get this out, you have to do the 4 here, but you also have to spend an energy resource, and you've got a crisis icon there. So no great. Then finally, we've got the 3 treachery cards, all the same here. When revealed alter ego form, choose to either spend 2 energy resources or exhaust your identity. When revealed hero, choose to spend 2 energy resources or take 3 damage. So that's the end of the stock spider deck. So we'll get this out of the way and we'll look into the extra cards that came in the deck. First off, we get 3 leadership cards here. Clarity of Purpose. Attached to a friendly character, match 1 per player. Exhaust this card and deal 1 damage to an attached character. Generate a wild resource. Now we're going to get into this modular here, which is the Sinister 6 from the Ultimate Universe, not the Ultimate 6 that take out my favorite Peter Parker. So these guys are our 1610. I'm pretty sure that's, I should know that. These are our 1610 Sinister 6 that come later on in the series. Grand Larceny here. We got a crisis icon. It costs 4, or it takes 4 to get rid of it. Threat cannot be removed from the scheme while a criminal minion is in play. And wouldn't you know it, all of these guys have the criminal trait on their card. So if each of these guys is in play, can't remove threat. Okay, so we've got Bombshell here. 2 and 3, divide the damage of Bombshell's attack among each character the attacked player controls as evenly as possible. Boost, deal 1 indirect damage to each player, exhaust each character damaged in this way. We got a health of 4. Next, we've got Electro. So she has a scheme of 1, an attack of 2, 3 with a star here. Forced response, after Electro engages you or activates against you, choose 1 card from your hand and with a printed energy resource and attach it to her. And then it says with the star here, Electro gets +1 hit point for each energy resource attached to her. So then we have the Hobgoblin. Jerk. So we've got 2 and 2, an attack with a star here, health of 5. Forced interrupt, Hobgoblin when Hobgoblin would attack you, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to Hobgoblin's attack instead. Take 1 indirect damage for each boost icon discarded in this way. So you're getting some nasty pumpkin bomb damage there. Next, we have the Iron Spider, and you can see here that he is fighting Miles Morales. And spoiler alert, I always give a little bit of time after I say that so that you have a second to pause. You guessed it, it's Uncle Aaron in the spider suit. If you didn't know that, sorry, pick up a comic book. You've got 2 scheme and 2 attack here. Criminal Elite. So he has guard, patrol, retaliate 1, toughness. Yikes. Iron Spider attack gains overkill. Dumb. Uncle Aaron is not doing well to help guide the youth of today. Next we have Sandman. Scheme of 1, attack of 1, health of 7. Forced response, after Sandman takes any amount of damage from an attack, discard the top 7 cards of the encounter deck. We've got a boost here, and it says discard the top 7 cards of the encounter deck. So again, sort of like running through that encounter deck to cause more havoc for you and have to shuffle it up. Next we have the Spot. Ugh, I don't like the Spot. Number 1, or he's got a scheme of 1, attack of 1. When defeated, if Spot was defeated without excess damage, shuffle him into the counter deck. So if you just do 1 hit point to kill him and not, like 2 or 3, then he comes back into play later on, maybe. Okay, Surge in Crime is an environment card that comes into play. It has Surge. Each criminal minion gains Surge. Hero action, if there are no criminal minions in play, spend 2 resources of any type and discard this card. There we go. Okay guys, well, that is it for the Penny Parker Spider Suit Hero deck. Pretty neat character, having the hero and alter ego form split into 2 cards. She gets these cool bonuses here with her interface cards that give other bonuses when you use them. So neat setup and really cool modular deck here to be able to add in the Ultimate Sinister 6, not the Ultimate 6 that killed Peter Parker. So if you liked that video, you know what to do. Go ahead, click that like button if you liked it. Easy, right? And you know what you can also do? You can piss off Tanner and Tyler. You can rub that notification bell so you'll see when we're dropping new videos at Squarebox Games. So until next time, guys, thanks for sticking around, watching the video. Have a good one.